Hi there, I'm Buffy Hildebrand. I'm a Pampered Chef consultant, soon to be director. Hopefully with your help at the end of this month I could make that happen. So I'm going to show you some things today so that we can get you up and running so that you know exactly where to go for all of your tools that you'll need for your virtual parties. Once again, if you don't want to have a virtual party, you can also do book parties or in-home cooking parties, which are kind of fun. But I mostly do the virtual parties, and I think that's what most of my team is planning on doing right now. But I wanted to do this so that I can do it across the board for everyone. I've got 10 new people under me, and so this has all happened like in 45 days, and I just wanted to get everyone up and running so that you guys know exactly where to go. Now, since I have only been doing this for 45 days, I don't know all the answers. I know enough to get by right now, but I do know quite a bit. And if you have any questions at all, please let me know. And if I don't know, I will definitely find it out for you and get back to you as soon as I can. So what I'm going to do right now is show you where to go for the tools you'll need to get set up. And hopefully you can kind of play with it and make it your own. These templates that I'm going to show you are really good, and you might want to play with them for your first few parties to see where, you know, what works and what doesn't, and if you like it or not. What I tend to do is I'll make up my own little type of post with our products and video links on them, so it kind of gives people a little bit more information on the products. And you can do the same. You can play with it. You can word anything you want to change it up to make it your own, which that's what we want you to do. And you should probably go live with a live video, or you can record it ahead of time and put it into each party. Also, you can take a picture and post it and tell people why you want to do Pampered Chef. It's best for any kind of video. Myself, I've been doing just pictures because I work full-time. It's been kind of hard to get on live or to have the time to do a video, so I'm gonna have to change that and do that for myself. So we'll start with where to go for the tools first, and then we'll head over to set up a party group for you, and then that kind of will come into place, and you'll see everything come together. So I'm going to share my screen right now. Where am I at? Here we go. So this is our main group. This is the Wolf Pack. You should all be a part of this by now. And this is kind of our go-to. Becky Wolfinger is one of our upline, and she is awesome, and she has created a bunch of tools and templates for our team with all the wording and everything that you need to be successful. And she's the go-to. If I don't know anything, I usually find it out from her. She's been doing this for about 8 years now, and she's pretty awesome. So in this Wolf Pack group, when you first click it, it looks like this, but we want to go to announcements. And in here, this is pinned to the top. So it's always going to be at the top of the announcements. And this is the document that we want to go into. So we click on that document. And this is kind of like our Pampered Chef Bible. It has everything you need. If there's any questions that you have about anything, it's right in here. And we need to kind of go through that when we have extra time. One other thing I forgot to mention, you being brand new, if you haven't already gone in and done your dash from your welcome welcome email, in that email there's a link for dash, and that is our training tasks that we have to do. So we need to go into that and make sure that you're doing the training enough to get to your website. Once they ask you to set up your website, you have to name it what you want and everything, and then put your picture on. It's basically setting it up so you can send all of your customers to that website to purchase. So you could send that link out to anybody and everybody, and that's what you want to do so you can get the sales that you need. And when you're doing your parties, I'll show you how you get those links for their party links to order. But make sure you do the dash. Try to get as much dash training as you can done, because that will help a lot with products and getting to know a lot about Pampered Chef. But for right now, I know everyone's excited on getting ready to do the parties, and you can do that after you've done your your website setup. So now here we go with the document. If you scroll down past the yellow highlighted stuff, of course you want to read all that and who is our upline, but in order to start with the virtual parties, this is where we want to go. So it says here, new consultants start here. So this is where we want to go, and click under here. And now this is everything you will want to know about training and everything. So this tells you here, basically, go to dash, get that set up. And then this is the newest updates for the fast track rewards. So if you have not looked at this yet, you'll want to look at this, because there's a lot of awesome products out there that you can earn. I myself, because I started in the month of September, I was able to win, I shouldn't say win, I earned that nice little blender back here. It's the cooking blender, and that was my biggest goal I wanted to hit. But then I saw all of the other things that came. I've gotten the stainless steel pan, which is the best pan that you'll ever cook in. I love it. And then plus the egg cooker and the other smaller pan are awesome. And I'm working my goal towards getting that knife set. That's one of my other big things I want to do. So if you follow this fast track and you keep working hard and keep getting those sales in, you're gonna get it. And they make it pretty easy to do. It's hard not to be successful. So then we want to just scroll down here, and you'll definitely want to read all of this, but in order to get to the party stuff, we're going to scroll all the way down to virtual party A to Z. So this is the document for our virtual parties. So we're going to click here. And this here is everything you need. So set up your party. You're definitely going to want to read all of this again. You just, help your host. You want to coach them as much as you can and prep them ahead of time. I've created a document because, like I said, I work full-time, and it's hard for me to have the time during the day to sit and call people or talk to or text them back and forth. So I created a document with all of the hit points that I need to explain to them and kind of give them the setup of how the party's going to work. You could do however you want. You can call them and talk to them. It's probably a lot better to talk to them in person, so that if they have any questions or if they don't understand, you can verbally say it instead of reading it through a document. But so far, my document has been helpful, and people understand, and they do really well with the parties. So this basically tells you to mail out your host packet or deliver it to them within a time frame that is best. But we're going to just scroll past all of this info, and we're going to go to number 5. So this is our virtual party outlines. So number 5, this is the templates that you want to use for all of your parties, your group parties. This basically tells you what to do. So just read this document as thoroughly as you can, and it tells you you know, step by step what to do. Then there's the banners. You change the banner. Oops. You change the banner every day. So the day you're creating this is usually on the Tuesday before the party starts on Thursday. But again, you can have a party anytime you want. It's just best from Thursday to Monday to have the ability to capture those people on the weekend. That's kind of why they do it over the weekend. But if someone, you know, is adamant they want to start on Monday, or if you're pushing for sales and you need to get them in sooner, you can also do that, which I've done that before, my 30 days in order to get my blender. So anything you want, it's your business, you do it how you want. And you just change these banners every day. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt game that is done, but this is the very first one you do when you create your group. And then you want to get this all done before you even invite the host to start inviting her guests. And this basically just, again, just you add the party link here. Once you've posted it into the announcements, you just follow this verbatim all the way through until the 5th day, and that's everything in here. So then we're going to go back to here, back to our document for new consultants. Scroll past number 5, and now we're on number 6. Number 6 is the host coaching one. So what I do is I'll go in and have both these tabs up when I'm trying to create a party. I even keep them up all the time so then I can go back and forth. And what's good about Becky is she's probably going to change it up, because I think this is, I don't know if she's updated them for November, but I'll make sure that they are before you start using them. She's usually good about getting those updated in time. And then we don't have to worry about, you know, what's the newest thing for the month. She's usually pretty good about updating them. This host coaching one, you don't have to follow the wording exact. They kind of give it to you to help you so that you have some kind of guidance of what to say, which a lot of us are like, I don't know what to tell them. And then just follow it down. This is kind of the hit things that I set up in my document is right here. This nobody wants to be surprised thing. So I just read, you know, each bullet point and worded it out and explained it in the document to let my host know exactly what to expect. And then, of course, you want to tell them thank you. Always tell them thank you for hosting. And then these are what you want them to post. So this goes on their first, this is their first post on their regular timeline. So it just goes on their timeline, say, hey, I'm having a party, you know, I'm going to start inviting. And then that's usually on the Tuesday before. And then there's just more down here that you just want to follow. This one is the day before. So this is saying, you know, I didn't want to miss you type of thing. So make sure to comment below so I can add you. Kind of another kind of, I don't know how to explain it, like a reminder, I guess. And then just keep following this document. This is like so awesome how they've planned this out for us and made it so easy. So now we're here. This is where our party starts. So this is the things I generally like to message my host the night before with anything that I'm going to tell them, and I explain that that's what I'm going to do. So I will just copy this and send this picture. All of these pictures are easy to save as to your computer, so you don't have to worry about creating anything new. And so I just let them know, here's your first day post for tomorrow morning, and here's the wording. And then I send that separately with the picture, and then they know exactly what they can do. I tell my hosts, play with it, make it your own. If you want to change up the words, go ahead. If you don't know what to say, then just use this. And a lot of them really like to do something a little different. So then it goes down to the next day. This is the next post that you give them, and so on. And it goes down and just kind of plays all the way down to the last day that they're sad we're leaving. So after you have reviewed that and got it to a point where you're ready, you've got the documents up, you're ready to start your group party, we want to go over here and get out of people messaging me. So once you're over into your main screen, if you have not created a business page yet, you need to create that. So in order to create a business page, you do this. You go up to the top on the computer. I think it's a little different on the phone, but everything's easier on the computer when you're trying to do this. Believe me, it's more difficult on the phone. There's some kind of features that are disabled on the phone. So if you click Create Page, it brings up this. So then you want to do a business brand, which I'm not going to do because I don't think it'll go back. But this is where you want to go. And then you make up your name, but make sure it has Pampered Chef in it. So like my page is right here. And it's Buffy's Pantry, independent consultant for Pampered Chef. So you can name it however you want, just make sure it says Pampered Chef. So now you're in your page, your I guess business page. You want to go to the 3 lines here and you want to create a group. So now this is where you would name it. I did one, I think it was Jera's Awesome Autumn Pampered Chef. Oh. Party. And then I usually put the dates just so that they know how long the party is. So if someone is looking at it, they're like, oh, it looks like it's going to go from this date to this date. So we could just put the date to whenever it's going to end, so 5 days out. Oh, I guess I don't need to go. Okay, and then I just create. I'm going to do that now because I don't have one that I need to set up, but I can go to one that I've already set up for you and show you. So here's Monica's. So I did this party for her, and see, this is the last banner that we did because the party was ending. So then when you're going to set up your group, you want to put, let me get it over here, not that one. Oh, I'm lost. Okay, this is the banner that you want to use to start out your group, and use that here. That's the first thing you want to put in. Then you want to go over to About, and it'll say description, add description, but you'll see there's the description that they're asking here, add group description. So you just copy this to there, copy it, and paste it over. So when you paste it over, you'll have to see where it said, whoops, let's go back, add link. That is the person's party link that you're going to create, and I'll show you that in just a moment. And it goes right here. So then this gets on the announcements, I'm sorry, not announcements, on the About part, and then you save. And then you want to go back to the main page of the group, and I'll show you where I created the very first one. Sorry, there's a lot in here. Boy, there's a lot. Okay, so you'll see here is where it shows I started the group with a banner. Then I did the about, but I also, when I do my parties, I post that as an announcement too. I don't know if it helps, but you could do it however you want. You can leave it just in the about part, or you can do like this. And then I put on here that other part, right? Oh, where did it go? Maybe I made that up. Oh no, this is the rock star one. So this one actually should be this picture, but I changed it up that time. So this is the rock star one. So this tells you everything, and then you want to post your host name in here and then post their party link up here when you post it here, and it should look like that. So this is like each month this will change. So this was October's free giveaway for any guest that spends over $80. And then the next one is don't miss a single post, kind of explains to them to make sure their notifications are on so that they don't miss any party stuff going on. And then you can make up what you want, but the day before I kind of put this little welcome thing in, and it says, I'm excited for your host to start the party, and then just let them know when it will go, how long it will go for, and make sure that you have some kind of a cute picture. It doesn't have to be exact, but you can play with it and make it your own. And then this just starts going on with the very first day banner post. And then this is my kind of explanation of myself and why I'm doing Pampered Chef, and then my family picture. Like I said, they prefer that you do a video, but if you would rather just do a picture, you can. I need to start changing that one up. So that is that. Now I'm going to, let's see, there we go. So now I'm going to try to find where you need to go for your party links. So let's do something here. Let me share my screen again, and we'll do that. Okay, so here is the consultants corner. And if you don't have that link, let me know, because then we can definitely get it for you. It should give it to you when you set up your dash. So now you log in, and this is what your consultants corner looks like. So when we're going to create parties, oops, wrong one. So we want to go to my parties and orders. So you can see all the parties I've done are right here. And then on here, we're going to create a party. And these are the different types. So we're going to do a virtual party. And I'm going to make one up as myself as the host so that you can see how to do it. So this is when we're going to start the party. So we're going to do on the 7th. And I let it just automatically go out to the 14th, even though they're 5 days. I let it go out because a lot of times the hosts want to extend it for a payday or waiting on someone to order that they knew they were going to order. So we want to kind of play with that. And you can change it and edit it later if you need to as well. So then we're going to create this with the person's name. And this is information when they say, sure, I'll host. You need to make sure you have this, otherwise you won't be able to get past this. So you want their name, their email, their phone number, their address, and then if they have an alternate shipping location, that you can do that. A lot of times they don't, but so right now, based on this information that I just put in, I have a link, but it won't be created until I actually hit create party. But this is the link that you will want to give your host so that she can tell all her friends to go to. And this is the link you're going to post in every single, well, not every single, but every time that it says post that link there. And it gives you a starting point, like this first part here, the pamperedchef.com/party, in all of the areas in the templates, and then you can post, or you can copy the end piece. But I found that if I copy just that and put it in, the links are broken and they don't work well. So we're going to create this party, because I can always delete this party later. Oh, I need to mark that I'm a host. Okay. So we can always delete a party if you don't want it. Let's say they cancel, just delete it. If it goes for the full time, you don't get a sale, I would still submit it, and just to show you how to party. Doesn't do you any good, but at least they can see you tried. So this is actually my link that I'm going to copy here. So if you copy this full link, it makes it easier, an easier flow for the link, and nothing gets broken, and it doesn't give you an error page. Then when we go here, see how it shows this first part? I just copy, like I'll copy all this, put it in, then I'll copy this part, put it in, and then I'll put my link behind it instead of copying this part. Because when you do it out here, there's just somehow a broken piece. So when you do all that and you just put it all right in there, you can send that link to everyone. Like I said, make sure they know that that is where everyone goes to order. If there's someone that doesn't want to order online, you could put it in manually through this way. If you go into your parties and go to your host party, no, it's not doing it. That's weird. Let's go, probably because it's closed, it's not open yet. So let's go into this one. There we go. So this is where everyone's ordered, and from outside that links into here, and this is our host area, and then here is where you would manually add someone, and then you put all their information in here. Oh, was it? Oh, it's giving me an error. But you can add them in manually, even though that's not, it's probably because it's my name. But you add them in, and once you add them in, it shows this. So you can manually pick the product that they might want. and then you just click on that product, and there it is. So you can also remove that and update, so it's back to the original. So then this tells you your specials. But when you manually add, you have to add their payment here. If they do not want to pay with a credit card, they don't want to give you that information, you can take cash from them, and then you can just pay this on your own. So like all additional options, consultant gift. So you can type in that amount here and then hit save. That's basically what I did with this one. They paid me cash for this, and then I had to put them in there. So that will just come out of your bank account, but you have the cash on hand already, so you're already paid. So either way. And then for Monica's, this is the host. So this here tells you the guest special. And this tells you what the guests can get. So that's basically that first picture, one of the first pictures that I showed you on your party link or party group, that shows our guests what they can get for free after $80 purchase. And then this is the host special. So right now they can get 60% off. Choose one with a 200 or more in guest sales. So that's a qualifying order. So a qualifying party. If you do not have $200 in sales, you get commission on it, but they don't get anything for free. They don't get any benefits, unfortunately. So you're going to want to push them to get up over that 200 to make it worth their while, and then also to help any possible hosts from that party to see how well she did, that they will want to actually host for you. A lot of times I'll fudge and say, you know, her goal is, or his goal, whoever it is, their goal is to have $500 in sales so that they can get all the items they need or want. Let's help them get that to that point, and then people tend to be like, oh my gosh, I got to order. And so then they help them out a little bit more. Sometimes it doesn't work, but at least if you're trying to push that part, and then also make sure your hosts are understanding they have to do some of it. They have to talk to people. They have to push for sales so that they can get their goal of where they want to be for their products. So then we just make sure that they know that this is available, and it changes. So this is still October's because she hosted in October, but it will change on each party, and it will show the most updated. So then this tells you everything that she's available, has available. So when she hits the 200 mark, this will say how much she is able to spend, and then these will each start lighting up depending on how much sales she's received. And then if there's, let's say we have the host discount, that's also after a certain amount of sales. They get an additional 10 to 30% off on the total that they're purchasing. So that kind of gives you an idea of where everything is. I'm not sure, I can't think of anything else to get you started right now. But again, review this and then write down your questions as you're going so that you can reach out to me individually and ask me any questions that you might have so that we can get you going and getting to the point where you're being very successful as well. So thank you, and I hope that this helps, and if we can, if I can do anything to help you be a little bit more successful, just let me know, and I try to be available as much as I can for you, and then we'll just go from there. So hope this was helpful, and let me know again if I can do anything. Thank you, guys. Bye.